Saturday,
Stick
January
with me through the weather.
31st,
Let
and
me
welcome
tell you,
to a
I'm
new
happy
episode
to
of You
see
Don't Watch
there's
Sports
nothing
right here on the
but
Feo Grande
skies coming
YouTube
your
network.
way.
I am Bill Smith, and I am joined as always by the man, the myth, the legend, Feo Grande himself, Omari Ellis. Omari, how was that sports week?
You know, not the best it could have been, but pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. Had some laughs, some what the hex, and some good stuff happen. I can enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll get into it.
Can you? We'll get into
I
it.
mean, I can. Will I is a different story. But there's actually a chance
You
now.
could.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to get into it because we're going to cover a few topics here just to sprinkle a little bit of sports information into your casual conversation as we are your guiding light through the sea. That is Sports Talk. NFL is getting so much closer to a conclusion. We know our teams for the Super Bowl, and we got the special event coming up this weekend. Omari, break it down for us.
Yes, we are here. It is Super Bowl time. We had our two games last week. I went 1-1 on my picks because I decided to go against my head and go with my heart and decide to pick the Broncos and the Seahawks to win last week, even though I felt 100% we would get the worst case scenario. And while Jarrett Stidham did not really get to do much. And in fact, he had a game costing interception that the Patriots got points off of that they pretty much never relinquished the lead off of once they had it. Um, while Aaron Stidham performed as one would reasonably expect him to, Sam Darnold actually in Seattle took down Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams, and thus we have the Seahawks versus the Patriots for the first time since they famously did not give Marshawn Lynch the ball to win the game and had Russell Wilson throw the last good pass of his career. Oh wait, no, it was the bad pass. He threw it to Malcolm Butler, and then Russell Wilson ain't never been the same since. Fucking the Seahawks had to struggle to get back here, but now it's here, and we got a chance for me not to be upset at the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. I can be happy if the Seahawks win. I would not have been happy if it was Rams Patriots. I would not have been able to enjoy the Super Bowl, at least not the game itself. But now it's a possibility. You're saying there's a chance type stuff. But it's still Sam Darnold, so we'll see. But let's go, Sam. Prove me wrong. Maybe four teams is the what you need to do to no longer be considered to be a Jet all the way. He was drafted by the Jets. He is the first Jets quarterback drafted, or the first quarterback drafted by the Jets to make it to the Super Bowl since Joe Namath. Which is crazy in and of its own right that we're saying that. Speaking of crazy, we can talk more about the game itself, next week. Speaking of crazy, there's been some other stuff happening. The Pro Bowls this weekend, I don't really care about a lot of it, but a funny thing is with Drake May going to the Super Bowl, Shador Sanders has qualified for the Pro Bowl this year. The Browns have their first Pro Bowl quarterback in years. And Shador Sanders. We'll see how it goes next year if they get a coach that actually works with Shador and all that. He'll have a whole season without the coach allegedly hating him and stuff. But we know how his stats ended this season. And
Yeah,
those are
this
not Pro
isn't
Bowl stats.
my disgusted look isn't necessarily a statement on against Shador Sanders' potential, his active talent, what he could be in the future. It is a look of disgust on how much of a joke this event has now become. NFL.com themselves ranks Shador Sanders 31 out of 32 potential starting quarterbacks. Um, because you had injuries from a Mahomes, a
Mm.
Bo Nix, you had playoff runs from quarterbacks who were never going to go because their teams were already in the playoffs, like a Josh Allen. Um, then there's Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Because of this scenario, I'm not a huge fan, but Aaron Rodgers would have had to have told you no at some point. Um, there are so many quarterbacks that would have had to say no first. Um, this is not this is this has become something different. Like it is not you can no longer it's no longer the All-Star game, the Pro Bowl. It is not the collection of the game's best. It's just like an NFL exhibition.
Now,
Maybe we should give it a new name.
I'm
and
pretty
I wouldn't
sure
be so upset with it.
I'm pretty sure Pro Bowls and All Stars are voted on by the fans, if I remember correctly. Like fans vote their like Pro Bowl selections or All Star selections. Is that not a
Yes,
thing?
but right, but then once the votes fan vote is only for the first selection, which I
Oh,
believe this year would have been Josh Allen,
okay.
who told
Yeah,
them no.
wasn't gonna do it because yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only part of the process that is fan voted. Once that first fan voted person says nah, it's just like, all right, let's start going down the list.
Yeah. But Sanders is the seventh Browns rookie to be named to the Pro Bowl. Okay. The first since Denzel Ward in 2018. But yeah, that's I don't know what to say. Hopefully, much like I root for Brock Purdy as his Mr. Irrelevant title goes, just because I want to see him, silence the haters and all that stuff. I want to see how far someone with the name like Irrelevant can get. Um, people like to root against Shador because his dad is Coach Prime and all that stuff, and Deion Sanders is a very loud and brash individual. Um, that said, I want the kid to do good just because I think it'll be more entertaining if he's good than if he's bad. You know what I mean? Probably because his dad is Coach Prime. And you know what I mean? And it's as
Hmm. Hmm.
braggadocious as he is. And he clearly has some of that swagger in his genetics with the way he carries himself. And I like it better when those characters are good, when those players are good than when they're the yeah, so and so, but they're amazing on the field, but they're like boring. It's like, why can't I have both?
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway, that's that. Speaking of stuff that doesn't make any sense, they've announced, well, they haven't announced all the players who are in. They have announced the coaches and other contributors who are in. And specifically, what is big part of the buzz is who isn't in. And that is a Mr. Belichick. Now, I started off when you asked how my sports week was. There's a lot of crazy stuff to talk about that made my sports week pretty enjoyable. And yes, it is funny for me to say this. I think it's hilarious that it happened. But if we're being honest and 100% objective, which I have been on this show, despite my hatred and subjectivity being well documented, it's stupid that Bill Belichick is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Um,
it's I'm baffled. I'm baffled by it. You can say all you want about because the first thing I feel like people started pointing to was his post-career life,
yeah,
which is
because he
like
hasn't because he has not succeeded without Brady, it was all Brady. So why did he need to be in the Hall of Fame? Brady succeeded without him. He took like three other Patriots players with him to that new team, and
plus
that
like
same
three other free agents that were brand new to that team that year as well.
yeah. It took an 8-8 team that threw for 5,000 yards the year before and took them to a Super Bowl the next year. Damn, what a turnaround. Um, anyway, the bottom
Yeah.
line is Brady has succeeded without Belichick. Belichick hasn't succeeded without Brady. Was it really just Brady the whole time? Up, looking at Bill's college career, it sure looks like it. And so they said that motherfucker doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I think that's stupid because, as people have pointed out, with other objective arguments, Don Shula and other people who have two Super Bowls are in the Hall of Fame and were first ballot Hall of Famers. This man has the other three coaches that were first ballot Hall of Famers. Belichick has their number of Super Bowls combined as one person. Yes, we all know, and again, well documented objectivity, we know that he cheated for three of them, but he still has them. The Spygate's a thing. They can't take his Super Bowls away. Maybe they thought they'd take his Hall of Fame away. But
Spygate was one Super Bowl.
no, it was the first three.
It was the first three entirely.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
it
the
was
first
found
three.
on the third.
It was I thought it was all three. Like he got in trouble for all because he was doing it on all three. Now the
Okay.
next three he
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm not familiar.
Now the next three he didn't. And again, being fair, Deflategate was stupid, but apparently Deflategate happened. Deflategate was stupid, but he did do it. But it was stupid. I'm not sure how that actually changed anything. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't. And I think that's the thing with cheating in general, because people are like, but Brady was good. He didn't need to cheat. You're right. He didn't. But he did anyway.
Hmm.
The results of cheating do not automatically, or the results of not cheating, do not automatically excuse the intent of cheating in the first place.
Right, right.
Like you did it. Did you need to? Probably not. But you did it anyway. That's even worse than like if the Browns cheat. The Browns cheat is like, damn it, it's been 60 years. They need to try something. It's still bad, but I get it. But, you know what I mean? It's but it's still bad either way. But the bottom line is, I'm not sure if it's the cheating that did it. I think it was more because, like I said, they can't take those Super Bowls away. It still happened. And
Hmm.
NFL, even if you're like cheating, you got 50 people on the field at any given time. There's only so much you can plan for.
Right, right.
Um, so I think it was just more that they're giving more credit to Brady than to him. Now, Robert Kraft, apparently, we were discussing on before we started. Robert Kraft was also up, and while he didn't get in, he got more votes than Belichick, which again, stupid. Okay, if we want to say Belichick did nothing in those in the
Hmm.
Brady years, the owner who famously underpaid Brady.
And famously was caught on camera getting a rub and tug
Also true.
down in your
Also
neck of the woods.
true. Uh oh yeah, he did go to Florida for that, didn't he?
I
I
was
forgot
even
about
thinking it
that.
might have been Orlando. It was
Oh, I don't
flashing in my
know.
head.
I don't know
But
that
yeah,
much. But yeah, he definitely didn't do shit for them Super Bowls. What are we doing here? But yeah. No, that's so stupid. But
but
that
Omar,
said,
we do have
it's
some players.
hilarious. It's hilarious, and I'm happy that it happened, however stupid it was. Anyway, players. Yes, we have some players that have been listed as the finalists, correct? To get in this
Yes,
year?
yes, yeah. These are all the finalists here.
Right. So we got. Do we want to go through all the finalists or just the names that
Based on my research, it looks like five of these guys are going to get in.
all
So,
right.
maybe if you want to just kind of pull out five names.
Okay, so Drew Brees being on this list, I think that's a no-brainer. Drew,
2001 to 2005 for the San Diego Chargers, then 2006 to 2020 for the New Orleans Saints. Of course, that big Super Bowl victory
hmm,
for New Orleans there inside of that, but also I want to say at one time held a
most
few
passing
different
yards in
passing
a
records.
season. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. Yeah, he's not mentioned because he didn't have as many Super Bowls, but he was right up there with Peyton and Brady during those years and stuff. He also played on
hmm
the Saints.
how
So
about the other quarterback?
the other quarterback on this list, Eli Manning. I think, if you ask me,
Two
yes,
rings,
2 rings.
stopped the unbeatable.
Literally one of the only blemishes on Brady's wreck. He stopped the unbeatable, yes. He beat Brady twice.
Yeah.
Um, he proved that he can hang and stuff. And this isn't even like his first. I don't know if he'll get in this year because his overall stats weren't the same as some of the other quarterbacks, but he's definitely getting in there. I say put him in this year, but again, I'm biased because I'm anti-Brady. Speaking of my biases, though, I'm not sure if Luke Kuechly gets in this year, and I say this as a person who has a Luke Kuechly jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Um, he was really
Linebackers don't
good.
often get a lot of shine.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think he gets in because they don't get a lot of shine. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Or at least
Well,
not
I
two
was saying
years
that of like
after.
you having his jersey, like that's he
Oh,
must you must really like him, or he must be doing something
oh yeah, he
or
was
he
really
must have done
good.
something pretty special.
Yeah, he was a really good linebacker for the Panthers. Now, full disclosure, I didn't buy said jersey. It was given to me as a gift. However, I was still a very big fan of the player. It's just when I switched teams once the Rams left and I needed a new team, when I had decided that the Panthers were my new team, my buddy was like, "Here's a jersey. Cam Newton's too expensive." But we loved like rooting for Luke Kuechly and stuff. Like we were, like I said, I was a big Luke Kuechly fan, but if I'm
Okay,
being
cool.
honest, and I had my
Cam
full
Newton's was
choice, I would
expensive.
have bought a Cam. I would have bought a Cam Newton jersey, but I
Right.
still actively own and wear the Kuechly one. Um,
Well, if we're going to talk about personal biases, can I put number four on the list?
Go ahead.
A man that I saw, I had the pleasure of filming for a Studio 4 event because he was traveling to a local Ferguson Florissant elementary school and given just a nice rah-rah inspiration speech. I think that was right after he created his game face branding, and so a lot of the inspiration was built around the game face, like putting on your game face on the field and in life. And he also, I distinctly remember him showing off his giant motherfucking hand, and I'm talking about Torrey Holt,
Big game.
who loved just like he his a whole moment on the of the thing was inviting kids up to toss him a football where he would catch it one-handed on the point of the ball. Like no matter who, like these like third graders would walk up and just kind of like chuck it, and every single time, boom, he would catch it on the point of the ball so that he could then go like, look at that.
Yeah, I remember when
Yeah, Torrey
he.
Holt. I love Torrey Holt. I don't
I
know if
re
he legitimately has the stats to do it,
Yeah, that's
but
that's the
I
thing
love
that
him.
scares me because it's 7 years of eligibility at this point.
And
I
you got
want
Larry
Tory in there.
Fitzgerald on the same ballot. That is an insane dude. Another guy I was a big fan of.
Yeah, but I feel like Fitz is gonna get in over Tory, but I I got a jersey from him and Isaac Bruce when they came to Cross Keys one year. I got to meet them as well. And I was just telling somebody the other day, I wish I knew
I
where
don't even
my
remember
Isaac
them
Bruce
coming
jersey
across
was at.
keys.
Yeah, it was one of I don't remember why they were there, but they were there. Um,
Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
yeah, I got an Isaac Bruce jersey from Isaac Bruce. It's not like I got one that he wore in the game and then he was handing out Isaac
Right,
Bruce
right, right, right.
jerseys. But I got an Isaac Bruce jersey from Isaac Bruce, and I'm pissed that I don't know where it is. Because even if I'm not a Rams fan anymore, that's still the Rams that won the Super Bowl that I was rooting for, and I got to meet the fucking player. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, I hate the St. Louis Rams who literally only played in St.
Hmm.
Louis. What
Well,
the
I feel
fuck?
like NFL jerseys back in the day specifically were a lot cheaper. Like even the ones that the players were wearing on the field. And so they were like as a kid I have a memory of just I feel like they were giving them out like
Yeah,
candy. Like
they
like I
they
feel like
were
I had two different Warner jerseys that
nice.
were just given to me in different like McDonald's giveaways or like
Hmm.
some sort of random thing like that. And then before the fanatics of it all ruined sports apparel
Yeah.
for everyone. Hey, what
Yeah.
if it was more expensive and tremendously shittier?
Yeah. Now,
There's my
Terrell
Jersey rant.
Suggs.
Sorry.
No problem. Vinatieri's gonna get in. We're well aware of his contributions to football story. Um,
Will he get in? He was apparently eligible last year and didn't make it.
all right, well, let's see.
I don't know. Potential first ballots. You got Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, first time on the list, Kevin Williams, and Jason Witten. I
Kevin
think I think I think
Williams.
Fitz could go 1-1 with Drew Brees
Yeah.
potentially.
I see Fitz and Breeze getting in as first timers. Um, Reggie Wayne's on this list, but he's been on the list as long as Tory has, which is crazy.
Yeah, maybe they're hoping for veterans committee picks at this point, like that. That old Jason Witten is a name that I know really well.
Yes,
I
very
don't
good
know
tight end
what
from
that
the
means.
Cowboys. He's a tight
Okay.
end, Cowboys. I don't know if he's first ballot, but I wouldn't be surprised. Darren Woodson. I don't know. I like Terrell Suggs, but that's also there's players that I feel like the three people that I think have a good shot of being the we've already mentioned, but it's a stacked class. I hope Torrey gets in as a St. Louis guy who's also gotten to meet him. Big game, Torrey Holt. Let's let it happen. If Kuechly gets in, that's cool too. Um, but unlike Kuechly, I mean, Torrey has a Super Bowl. Kuechly's career, the sad part about Kuechly, and while I don't think he'll be like a full on Hall of Famer, is because while he definitely had the potential, his career unfortunately stopped early, or he had to retire early because he got too many concussions and wanted to make a choice for his future. But it's like, yeah, you were good, but I don't know stat wise, linebacker. If you can't tell the story of football without type this deal. I know that's not exactly what you have to say about everybody in the Hall of Fame, but that's what people like to use as a criteria when explaining things. And objectively speaking, I think the story of football could be told without Luke Kuechly. But as a Panthers fan who liked yelling Kuechly every fucking week when he would like get tackles and interceptions, yeah, put him in the Hall of Fame. Anyway, that's football. Let's go Seahawks for the next 2 weeks.
All right. Yeah, stay tuned because once we get to the Super Bowl, we'll be talking all about it. All right. Now, Omari, for the second one, in just an hour and 20 minutes, we have the kickoff to one of everyone's favorite wrestling events of the year, the Royal Rumble, is happening this afternoon. So we're gonna break down some of the things going on and get your reactions, just like we normally do with a wrestling pay-per-view.
From the site of the greatest Royal Rumble.
From the site of the greatest of the 40-man Royal Rumble, we have they get a real Royal Rumble now. Um, we're gonna do non-Rumble matches first. Let's just get it out of the way. Gunther versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles has put his career on the line. Omari, do you think AJ Styles is leaving?
I I do. There's a part of me that think because of all the context clues leading up to it, it's like a button on the 10-year career in WWE. It's like 10 years to the event from 2016 to now. We got the fucking him going around making his tours at TNA and his other companies to kind of get that one last appearances here. He fought Finn the last time. He fought someone else for the last time. Gunther's been killing people's reputation, but there's a small part of me that feels like AJ's gonna come out wearing like salmon pink gear. Not salmon pink gear, but like the salmon jacket, Mark Henry, where it was so convincing he was about to retire, but he had a little bit more to go. And I feel like this could be one of those things where
Do you think that more to go is in WWE, or are you saying that he loses but the career isn't over and he pops up somewhere else?
based on the way he talks, probably not. I think he stays in WWE. I think Gunther does eventually end AJ, but it's not a one and done type scenario. AJ gets like the better of like I'm still picking Gunther now, but I can see a
Hmm.
scenario where AJ gets the better of him now and it turns into like a story that ends at like a WrestleMania or something where Gunther finally puts the nail in AJ's coffin.
Yeah, I struggle with this one because all signs point to that he's retiring.
Yeah, so many
Um,
signs pointing to it that I have to pick Gunther.
uh, uh, um, but then, but then I have thoughts of like, all right, well, when is it gonna happen? Like, how do you place it in the night? And like if it's the first thing, if in a traditional modern Royal Rumble, we open with the women's Rumble, we main event with the men's Royal Rumble, and we have these two matches sandwiched in between, you're probably putting the WWE Championship right before the men's Royal Rumble, and thus AJ and Gunther is the mid card after the women's match. And if AJ loses, and then that's immediately his last match ever in WWE. That and we just saw AJ Styles retire. That just makes a weird air in the room for the rest of the event that we have to watch. But then if no Royal Rumble main events the Royal Rumble, that's a little weird. And I think if we find out that the Gunther AJ match is the main event, then it's
Definitely.
100% guaranteed. I feel like that AJ is losing that match. Um, right now, my gut says he loses and is legitimately retired. Maybe not in a John Cena promised way of like, I will never put these shorts on again.
Yeah, but in a typical wrestler retirement,
Right, where maybe in 3 years he'll show up and do a fun tag match.
mhm,
Or he might appear in the Royal Rumble in five
yeah,
years, just as a single Royal Rumble and then WrestleMania match kind
mhm,
of thing. Maybe
yeah,
my gut says that's about, I'm leaning on that at about a 40% mark. And then maybe at about, no, that's more like 60%, 50%. We're going to put that one at 50%.
okay.
And then 30% of me says that he is losing tonight and he is ending his career, comma, with WWE.
Okay.
and he either returns to TNA or returns to or
Goes to
arrives in
AEW.
AEW. And then that last 20% is something happens.
I
But my
like
gut
that.
tells me that if AJ wins, Gunther wins the Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
Because they're really wanting to keep him strong. So everything's in flux tonight. Uh, um, uh,
Yeah.
because that immediately changes my entire outlook on the men's Royal Rumble if Gunther loses before that match happens. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna also go with Gunther, but it's like I described, it's margins are thin.
Yeah. Um.
Uh, yeah.
It, yeah. People that want to say like it's too short. He needs a retirement tour too, or even if he does something like this, end of the day, or even with your idea of it being like the main event of the show, like Cena's was for that retirement. I get it, and I love AJ. I do think technically wise, he's on a higher level than John. But at the end of the day, especially in WWE's eyes, AJ Styles is not John Cena.
Mhm.
He doesn't really. It's a lot harder, especially after the reception to John Cena's year-long retirement tour. It's kind of disingenuous to assume AJ's gonna get the same treatment as far as that long thing. Also, he's a different person. He may not want a year-long retirement tour and just want to get
Also,
it over
I
with.
would argue if you're a aware fan, I would ask you to open wider and view the last 9 months where AJ Styles at the start of the summer did multiple interviews where it wasn't a maybe, or he definitively stated that 2026 would be his last year wrestling.
Hmm.
And then they went, granted, it was a live tour that was not on TV, but multiple wrestlers and WWE itself heavily promoted the AJ Styles saying goodbye to Japan, AJ Styles saying goodbye to Australia, in multiple of these foreign trips, foreign tours. Um, Not to mention a main event Raw match with Finn Balor. I wonder if they have any deep connection that the internet wrestling community would want to see played out. Um, that's like, he's been having these, oh man, AJ should have matches. And we just haven't been, it
Getting
hasn't
them.
been John Cena promoted, but
Hmm.
it's been happening. Like he has worked with younger talent. He got a tag match final run. Like you said, he's been visiting TNA twice now. Interacted with a young TNA future talent in Leon Slater multiple times. Um, I I I do think
He's
that
got it set up.
he's been on a retirement tour. He just hasn't been screaming it loudly, which before John Cena
Was
has
about how
been
you
how
do
it's
it.
been. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
been
that's
the
what I'm
blueprint.
saying. He's not he is a different person than Cena, so he would handle it a different way in addition. Like at the end of the day, if you are done, AJ, thanks for the last 10 years and thanks for everything else you did before. I just didn't watch the stuff before, which is why I said thanks for the last 10 years. But GG is AJ
Yeah,
style.
yeah. I think I've gone on record saying that there may not be a more beautiful move in wrestling than the phenomenal forearm. Like the pose that man makes midair, it should be a logo. It's like the Jerry West NBA logo. Like somebody should silhouette it, and it
Is it not one of his
um
logos?
it very well could be. Yeah, now that yeah, soon right before you said that, I was like, I think that's on his knee pad or something like that. um the WWE Championship, Omari, is on the line. Drew McIntyre is fighting Sami Zayn in Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn has never won a men's world title. Sami Zayn has never beaten Drew McIntyre. I believe they listed it last night on SmackDown as 11-0 to Drew. Sami Zayn has never lost in Saudi Arabia.
So I told you last week I figured that we would be fighting Drew versus Sammy here. Um that Sammy never beating Drew thing, I didn't realize because that sounds like everything's set up for this to be the fucking Jey Uso run from last year. Where it's like, yeah, I never beat you, but the internet loves me, so now's the time to do it. Um, that'd be cool. We could get the big pop, but I don't know, man. I don't even dislike Sammy. But if you're asking me who I would rather the belt be on right now, it's Drew McIntyre. Um, Also, I find it funny in wrestling when we have stats like that, where it's just, damn, he never beats this guy. And I said it last week, so I'm gonna stand by my guns and say that they gave him his victory last week in Montreal so they could get their big moment of disappointment in Saudi Arabia the following week and satisfied their own WWE like tendencies to where they like to send people home pissed. And I think this is happening. They broke their strategy of, oh, you don't win in your hometown last week. But now it's like, man, you ain't from Saudi Arabia. At least I don't think he is. I think he's from Canada. I know
Yeah,
he's of Arab descent, but
I don't think um I don't think we move the belt off of Drew this fast.
I don't either. I think we
It
let
just
Drew
went
keep
to
it.
him.
Like, just look at
I
this
think right
picture.
now, yeah, I think right now as the cards lay on the table, like every scenario of Drew fighting somebody at Mania for the title is more interesting to me than Sammy fighting them for the title. It's just that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
And,
unless again,
like,
unless you want and you want to throw a complete and utter swerve bomb on this night, then you have AJ Styles beat Gunther and not retire. You have Sami Zayn beat Drew McIntyre and become WWE champion, and then you have Gunther win the men's Royal Rumble. And you say the WWE championship is going to be Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Um, I am very interested in that match,
uh,
but
yeah, they're running back their intercontinental feud, but from the other way.
right. Because so they have a lot of history and they have a lot of there's a basically a guarantee of an incredible like they have a lot of chemistry in ring,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a good match in that regards. But other than that scenario, every other one I can think of, because I mean it's not like Drew McIntyre and Gunther would have a bad match. I could see the Sammy and Gunther match playing out really well and me being entertained by it.
Yeah.
Um, and the build up, the few weeks before Mania and all of that. But every other guy who could potentially win the Rumble, I'd rather see them fight Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, and like I said, just looking at the pictures for these two matches, everybody like looks angry and locked in, and Sammy's just kind of here. Like, look at Drew
Hi guys,
McIntyre's face. Yeah, look at Drew McIntyre's face, and look at
I'm gonna
Sammy's.
kill somebody. I'm gonna
Yeah,
rip their arms from their body. I'm here too.
yeah. I don't know how I got here either, but no,
All
I
right,
I, I
Omar.
got Drew.
Let's go on to the reason why we're here today, the Royal Rumbles. I'm gonna run through. I'm gonna do a quick Omari style rant, or just run down on what's happening in WWE right now to
Let
give
me
you a little
know.
bit of a scope of things.
Appreciate it.
So the current women's champions are the WWE champion Jade Cargill, who has been actively one, she's not fighting. The internet fan base is getting pretty upset because she's had 7 minutes of wrestling time since becoming WWE champion.
Oh,
Part of the reason why that is because she's hurting people, it seems. At least a couple of people during the live event season. We already covered that in a previous show. Um, she's currently feuding with Jordan Grace on SmackDown.
all right.
They're probably going to have a match any day now. They haven't had a match, but it's been a lot of promo battles, a lot of I'm gonna watch your match. Oh, well, now I'm gonna watch your match thing.
Hmm.
Um, then we have our world champion over on Raw, which is currently Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer has been doing a injury angle of an ankle. It's been discussions if it's IRL sprained or not. She's back out walking around not booted and getting into physicality. But before that, she was feuding with Raquel Rodriguez, who in storyline made the injury on the ankle and then continued worsening it by doing a couple of different beat up angles when she was injured with a boot and all of that. So that's Stephanie Vaquer currently feuding with Raquel Rodriguez, who's of course in the Judgment Day with Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Um, uh, right now it is a okay, Liv Morgan and Roxanne are the tag team. Like Liv is like overtly supportive once she got
Hmm.
back from injury. It is like, oh, you're already feuding with the world champ? Okay, then you go, girl. Me and Roxanne will be the tag team then. All good. We'll be a great tag team. And she's just all sunshines and rainbows in Judgment Day camp over this, even though, the fan base would assume that Liv Morgan is the champ kind of scenario. So that's going on their end of things. And then obviously you have, I mean, these two rumbles honestly are really interesting to me because of the lists of winners that I could say, yeah, oh yeah. Like you have your established people, either previous Royal Rumble winners or big champions, like Charlotte,
Charlotte,
Charlotte, Bailey,
Becky,
Becky,
Asuka.
Rhea, Asuka, Io. Even though she's never won a Rumble, like at this point, she's
She's an
like,
established.
yeah, Triple
Uh-huh.
H is putting her top tier. Bianca, um, even I would even put on this established tier now Alexa and Liv.
Yeah, I would definitely
So
put Alexa, but as far as even, yeah, Liv, especially
so
Rumble
literally
wise.
like and I mean and honestly I forget too often Nia Jax.
Yeah,
Um
good
and
old
then
Nia.
and then and like and that's all the people who just because of their history and how they're actively currently booked, I can see going, "Oh, yeah, okay. Makes sense." Then there's like a whole crop of like the Jey Uso pick from last year, which everybody hates on the Jey Uso pick last year, but nobody can argue that one of the greatest things it does is reconfirm for us that anybody can do
Anybody could
this.
win. Yeah,
Now we go into these again, remembering that it could literally be anybody. So you have the Jey Uso picks of your Roxanne Perez's, your Raquel Rodriguez's, Tiffany Stratton, even though she may even be already an established portion of things. Julia, you have
Julia.
all kinds of girls on the roster now that are booked as very strong, talented individuals, and the beauty of the Rumble is it can be kayfabed into you lucked
Yeah.
into that.
Hmm.
You lucked into that. In a real fight, I would beat your ass, kind of thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's so many ways this could go. Based on all of that, like I don't know what else I could run down for you. Obviously, like Io and Rhea are currently the tag team champions.
Yes.
They have a really heavy tag team division right now of the Kabuki Warriors. You have Charlotte and Alexa, who are actively a tag team doing the friends, frenemies gimmick.
True.
You have Nia Jax bringing on her new cohort, Lash Legend. Um, you have all of those interpersonal dynamics. You have Becky feuding with the Intercontinental Division on Raw of like a Maxine Dupri's, and
Yeah.
AJ Lee is likely to return and make an entrance. There's the Bella Factor, who has been messing with the Raw girls a lot this year. She is likely to be here at the Rumble. Lots of different factors going on. What do you think might happen?
So as
Oh,
far
yeah,
as
I have here. I have here. I'd be interested to know, like an obvious pick, somebody out of that establishment category.
uh-huh.
Who's your heart pick of like who'd you like to see elevated, or somebody who you don't think is actually going to win, but you'd love to see them win? Who's your Iron Woman, and who's got your most eliminations?
Okay, that's what the diesel spot is most eliminations.
That's the Diesel spot. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's or the Kane spot, or now the Brock Lesnar spot, or
Roman.
or the Roman spot.
Roman has the record. Um, that said, so established pick for the reasons you said about the Alexa and Charlotte feuding with or doing their frenemies thing. I don't think one of them wins. I think that whole frenemies gimmick is what gets them out of here. Um, Naya always has the big woman on campus showing without winning, kind of like the Big Show or other various big person where it's like, oh shit, the Rumble's gonna be difficult now, and everybody just teams up to eliminate them. Happens every time. It's the big person spot. It is what it is. That said, Mia doesn't need it. I think Liv's won it before.
Liv has not won it before.
She's had the Iron Woman spot a couple times.
She's had an Iron Woman spot, and I believe she now has the record for most second places.
Yes. So my fresh pins are actually winning. No, I'm kidding. She's more established at this point. Um, Io, no. I think Io would be my heart pick to win, but that's just because I really like Io.
Yeah.
Um, established. Becky's doing her intercontinental feuds right now. And I already said Charlotte not. Damn, they ain't even put Bailey on the fucking poster.
Bailey's not on the poster. No, Bailey ain't winning. Um, I'll give you mine.
Yeah, give me
Uh,
yours,
uh,
because I'm not
uh,
as versed in the
right
women's division.
now, if I had to put money down,
Lash Legend Diesel spot. That's what I'm saying.
I like that one. I like that one. I am going to go with a returning Bianca Belair as the winner. I think secondarily, Liv Morgan.
Okay, I can
But
get behind those. I want
but
Liv to
I
finally
can
win wood.
see but what I think will play out is that Bianca wins the Rumble and selects Jade, and then Liv is going to end up winning the Elimination Chamber, where she may even be forced into fighting Raquel for that belt. Because Raquel wins it on Monday. Is something there's a growing trend for a Raquel Rodriguez push.
Yeah,
There was
and she doesn't need to win the Rumble when she has the title match on Monday.
Yeah, no. There was a moment in I want to say early 2025 or sometime in the summer, um, where honestly, two moments happened almost side by side for with each other. Kevin Nash came out on his podcast, which every wrestler with an opinion now, they got their own podcast where they like to talk shit. And this time he decided that his person was going to be Raquel Rodriguez, and it was a mix It was a mix of talking a little bit talking down and a little bit you're not doing things right, but it was also you could tell that it was genuinely from a place of I can see it in you. And a lot of the things he was telling her were like, you're not being a giant good enough. Here's like, and he just breaks it down on his podcast of
Oh, I've
like,
heard something like that. Yeah.
yeah, he's talking to his co-host as if he's talking to Raquel of like this person, this person, this person, this person. When they throw a punch, you don't feel that shit kind of talk. And like you're only gonna sell punches from these three girls. And you need to stay on your feet more. And XYZ happens, and then you do this, and then you do that. Uh that little segment got clipped and got passed around a lot. And Raquel ended up either resharing it or commenting on like the main share of it. Essentially, like, you make some good points. I am literally going to take some of these things and try and put them into action. And almost right at that exact same time, or like the following Raw, is when Liv Morgan gets her shoulder injury and is out for like 5 months, 4.5 months. Um, and Raquel Rodriguez becomes a different person. She ends up carrying the Judgment Day until Liv Morgan returns, to the point where they're now calling her Big Sexy. As a homage, like she's as an homage thing of like you changed my career kind of thing. So I think the crew really likes them, and I think I feel a push coming along. So that's kind
Huh.
of my Bianca wins here
Who had
so
the
that we can
podcast
have
about the
this.
giant thing?
Hmm?
Who had the podcast about the giant thing?
Kevin Nash.
Okay, Kevin Nash. Okay.
That's why they're calling her
The
Big
big
Sexy now.
sexy. Okay.
So yeah, that's that I think that drama on Raw would be really interesting because we get about 2 weeks of them being very celebratory of Raquel, and Liv maybe giving some very subtle character work towards Envy and stuff like that. And then Liv qualifies for the Elimination Chamber, and it's like, well, but what's gonna happen? Like, if you win, kind of thing. But like we'll figure it out when. And then I think that drama could be really interesting and maybe elevate Raquel. Um, let's move to the current men's champion, or the men's Royal Rumble, where we have obviously Drew McIntyre is our WWE champion. He's fighting Sammy tonight. We have CM Punk is the world heavyweight champion. He's been battling the Vision on Raw, which is Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. Um, Seth Rollins has been injured since Crown Jewel with his shoulder. Uh, Signs point to he won't return, but it's Seth Rollins, and you never know if he's actually working us or not. But signs
Yeah.
signs point to that he's not quite ready yet, but almost definitely going to be at Mania. Um, but also individually, CM Punk is in a feud with Finn Balor. It looks like they're setting up for CM Punk to probably defend his belt at Elimination Chamber, maybe in a match against Finn. Um, we've got Cody feuding with Jacob Fatu, in addition to a light feud with Drew McIntyre, still carrying over, obviously, him taking the belt from him. Um, we have Roman lingering in the background. We have a group of call ups in Oba Femi, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans that could be surprising people. We have Penta, who we know WWE puts a lot of stock into. Uh, um, not so sure if Rey Mysterio is going to be making it to this Royal Rumble match. He had an injury scare on Raw this past Monday,
God damn
so
it, Ray.
we'll see if that happens. Obviously, you got returning returning Rumble winner Jey Uso. Um,
It's just him,
uh,
Moose.
Gotta throw out a
Somebody announced their entrance on a podcast this week
That's true through FaceTime.
through
Uh, uh,
FaceTime.
Brock Lesnar will be in this Royal Rumble. Um, uh, gotta theorize at least on a Powerhouse Hobbs,
Ooh,
on a Chris Jericho.
true. A page, even according to Super Jazz,
Pay
for the
a
women's
pay
Rumble.
Page feels pretty possible.
Mhm.
I don't know if she would be back, but I could
Yeah,
see her doing
a
a
Rumble spot.
like a 4 match run or something,
Mhm.
from here to Mania kind of thing. Um, yeah, I think that's basically like Raw. You got CM Punk fighting the Vision and a little bit of Finn Balor, and then on SmackDown you got the three-headed monster of Cody, Jacob Fatu, and Drew McIntyre, and then I feel like the hanging albatrosses are Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
The Vision is Team Braun Braun.
Vision is Team Braun, but
Okay.
now that Logan Paul is in it, Logan Paul's addition unfortunately has done some negatives for Bronson Reed. I think because it's Braun Breaker and Logan Paul's team now. The second Logan Paul was added to it, just from perception. Um,
Unfortunate.
I wouldn't. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like as much as I dislike Logan Paul, for a lot of different things, um, being in a faction IRL with Logan Paul probably ain't one of the worst things in the world right now. Like just
Yeah.
I don't know the money that's flowing around that man at any given moment potentially. Maybe the not even maybe, almost definitely the wealthiest wrestler on the roster. And that's even going above Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and all of that. So I was watching Raw and I was curious if like if you're doing a program with Logan Paul, are you like flying private and like eating fancy, or does Logan keep that to himself, or does he spread that out to his inner circle kind of thing? Like I'm just
Hmm.
curious.
I think if we were still
So
in the days of trying to keep up fame, kayfabe in the public eye, definitely. But
yeah,
now,
that's but I mean
probably
that's
not.
but he also kind of is with his social presence and vlogs and stuff. He is
I
he
mean,
is a
his
little
like,
bit keeping the kayfabe.
yeah, but I guess about them being friends IRL and not just particularly on
Oh,
TV.
and I'm not necessarily saying friends. I'm saying like in wrestling activities. Like going to a wrestling event, if you're both leaving Florida, do you get to fly with Logan now? Because WWE also wants the shot of them getting off of the jet and or loading onto the
Yeah,
jet, or the social
true.
media videos during travel and that kind of
No,
stuff.
that's a good
I
point.
don't know any
Yeah,
confirmation on it. I was just be theorizing of like maybe because again it was off the line of me thinking that Reed Bronson. Oh, it sucks for Bronson Reed.
but at
The
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 same time, at
spotlight
least he
the
gets this
spotlight is
stuff.
not being shined on him right now. And then I immediately thought of like, well, it would be absolutely zero to nothing for Logan Paul to give Bronson Reed every new Jordan that he wants. It's like, but that's me thinking about what I would do if I had Logan Paul money. Of just like, oh, what's up, Omari? Nice seeing you. Here's 10 shoes. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know, or like, here's every action figure for every character of every IP that I knew that you liked. Like like I would just be doing that kind of shit all the time. So
Yeah.
like
Like, oh,
Logan
check
Paul
this
may not
out.
be like that.
Yeah. Given what we know, what we do know of his IRL, like he very well may not be. That said, we got established picks. I just know I don't want fucking Cody or Roman winning this. Let Stone Cold hold on to his 3 wins. Um, I think Iron Man and Diesel Spot pick one for either. I think Diesel Spot should go to Oba as a debut. Iron
100%.
Man, I'd be fine with Trick. I don't want Trick to win the Rumble this early, but I'd be fine with him Iron Manning it to show off that he's
I
a
didn't think about that. I love that. I love that as a pick. And also the character work that he's doing right now would allow him to be a little bit of a chicken shit heel and just
yeah.
kind of cower in the corner for like, cower and hide for good sections of the
Hmm.
match or
Yeah.
just kind of sit there and get beat up. And all of a sudden you're like, whoa, Trick's been in here for 35 minutes kind of thing.
Exactly. Wait, Trick's still in this. That kind of
Yeah.
deal. Yeah, so those are my two picks for Iron Man and Diesel. Fresh pick, uh I don't know, established. It's hard to put decide between fresh and established looking at the people who are still in here. Because like I said, I don't want Roman or Cody to still do it. Uh, because I also don't feel like they need to get that third one, but they could. And looking at this poster ain't helping. Punk's not even in the damn thing, so no points for him. No point in Finn winning because he's already currently feuding with Punk. Makes no sense. Do I see Penta as a Royal Rumble winner though? You want to piss people off, you give someone in the or you want to establish division, you give someone in that group the Rumble. But I don't want Logan Paul to be my Royal Rumble winner. I really don't. And if he's like the
So,
face now, I'd be fine with a Braun. You know what? A
well,
Braun Breaker would
Braun
be my
is
fresh pick.
Braun is the face.
Oh, okay.
But Logan is definitely the man standing next to him in the spotlight. It
Gotcha.
is no longer Braun and Braun Incorporated. It's Logan
Gotcha.
Paul's in the vision now. Um, uh,
Gotcha. Give
but
me give me Braun Breaker as my fresh pick.
yeah, here's my scenarios. I'll talk out. Established pick. I only have one, and I think it's my betting odds favorite. I do think we need to emotionally come to terms with Roman Reigns winning this Rumble. Um, I think they want to give it to him as a baby face, as a proper baby face. I think not only does Roman personally probably want that moment, but I think the company wants that moment. Um, and Saudi is going to go bananas for him. Um, because I think we talked about last week when we were theorizing Sammy. They love Sammy, but they love superstars almost as much as they love Sammy, if not more sometimes. So
Hmm.
I in my head, I do think I have to come to terms with Roman winning the Rumble. Um, uh, in my head or in my heart, no, fuck that. I was about ready to say my heart wants Braun Breaker to be the fresh pick. My heart wants Jacob Fatu really to be the fresh pick. Um,
Fair.
Uh, but I think I think it would be more likely, at least a little bit, that it's Braun Breaker. What I really fear happening, I got there was this moment on Raw where the Vision as a collection decided that the mission statement was Braun Breaker wins the Royal Rumble.
Oh, so he ain't doing it.
And I have this feeling like they are going to do yet another swerve with this Vision group post the Seth injury and pull Braun out of it. I don't know if Paul Heyman goes with him or if Paul Heyman stays with the others. But there's some horrible part of me that thinks that WWE is going to do that, and they are going to do that
By making Logan Paul the winner.
by Logan Paul winning the goddamn Royal Rumble.
Now, I told you that they love sending the people home angry. I did say that, so I could see that happening, but I don't want it to happen either. Like I've always, like my consistency And on these shows, I've consistently for years said AEW sends the fans home happy, WWE sends the fans home pissed. That's what they like doing more than the other. They'll do the other thing every once in a while, but what those companies enjoy. Oh, WWE loves pissing the fans off. Oh, look at them. Yeah, zoom in on the face. Zoom in on the face. They're so mad. Such good shit.
So yeah, that's God, I hope it doesn't happen. But there was a part of me watching Raw that suddenly saw it play out, and it makes story sense,
It does.
which is why it makes my stomach turn
Yeah.
because they could do it. Because
Well,
again, it makes some story. I
you
could
know
see the
what?
story that plays out after it.
You know what? Because I didn't actually say an established pick for real yet, I'm gonna go ahead and say Saudi. I'm gonna go off of. I'm gonna piggyback off of your Saudi Arabia like superstars, and it's pretty simple what superstars they like. Other option, they just press the Brock Lesnar button, and Brock Lesnar hates people. That's my established pick. They press the Brock Lesnar button. Motherfucker just walks in. Yep, I'm doing it. Wait, what? No,
I think I would like that. I think I would dislike that more than Logan Paul.
I would not. It's the other way around for me.
Okay.
It's the other way around for me. I would dislike it because I want the other people we've mentioned to win, but I would take Brock over Logan. That's me though.
I mean, it has nothing to do with my personal opinions of either individual, more of just like what would come afterwards. And
Yeah.
like I have no confidence or hopes for whatever Brock Lesnar wants to be involved in post winning that Rumble match.
Yeah.
Like
I
three half-hearted promos and 50 F5s
Oh
on
yeah,
the way
no,
to
no.
WrestleMania.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Again, neither of these is something I want. But I I know me at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, I will be frustrated in the terms of a wrestling fan thing, but I also get over it a lot easier because that's just what this character is at this point. I'm
Right.
going to be mad, but at the same time, well, damn it, what did I expect? It's fucking Brock Lesnar. He did it again.
Yeah.
Also, it is unfortunately semi-realistic for him to do these things. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
think mine would go Roman winning, Cody winning,
okay.
Logan winning, Brock winning. As far as things I would least like to see happen.
Yeah, switch Brock and Logan for me and I'm in the same boat. I just have more of a history of liking Brock Lesnar as a wrestling character than I do Logan Paul. And that's why I'm also saying as the established pick. I don't want any of the established picks to be winning right now. I want the fresh picks. Unfortunately, Logan would be
We didn't
fresh.
even discuss one person.
The
Uh,
walls getting broken. I don't
oh
think
well,
he's
no,
winning.
I was thinking the Viper. We didn't even talk about the Viper who's going to be in the scenario.
I
Um,
would love Randy winning this as an established pick, but I just don't think he is. I think he's just on his coasting fucking not retirement tour because he said he wants to do it till he's 50, but he's just on his old man shit right now, and I'm cool with it.
yep.
Randy's enjoying his life right now. Let him do that. If he wants to win, I'm here for it. He wants to just chill, let somebody else, I'm here for it. Go, Randy.
All right, Amari. Well, those were our sports topics for today. Tune into the Royal Rumble happening right
Like
now.
a half hour.
Well, as you're watching this, it's probably already happening or already
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
So go check that out. You can see us talk about a bunch of stuff, like watching different Royal Rumbles from the past on Tuesdays with This Guy Hasn't Seen. We also have two guys talking about whatever they want, whenever they want on Wednesdays. That's Omari and Super Jazz.
Soup. Jazz.
All kinds of fun stuff coming at you on this channel. Where else can they find you on the internet, Amari?
I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. Streaming our day 240. Even today. Hell, I might be streaming right now while you're watching this. Check that out. Anyway, if you got anything else to say, it doesn't appear so. So we will see you next week. Adiosness.